guys, if you've seen my 18 hours in Colombia video, you might remember that that time I was on my way to Peru. I had a longer layover in Bogota, which gave me an opportunity to explore the city a little bit. I then flew out of Bogota's El Dorado airport nice and early in the morning, and I arrived to Cusco, the city that once was the capital of the ancient Inca Empire. I can tell you right now that Peru is one of the travel destinations I would personally recommend the most. It was incredible to be there and experience a place that is so different to anything that I, as a European born and bred, had ever experienced in my life before. We didn't include the current capital, Lima, in our trip, and that's because we were more interested in exploring the ancient sort of Peruvian culture, and therefore we landed in Cusco, which is also the place where one can then set off from to visit the hyper famous Macchu Picchu. We'll talk about that in a minute. Cusco itself is a super interesting place, and it's especially known for its Spanish colonial architecture. Looking at Plaza de Armas, the city's beautiful central square, it's almost like looking centuries back to the time of the largely Spanish South American conquest. This, of course, leaves one with a bittersweet taste in one's mouth. The Baroque architecture is beautiful, but the suffering inflicted on the indigenous population at the time was great, and indeed signs of it are still very tangible amongst the locals. Their beautiful faces speak of poverty and suffering, of great cultures crushed by an invader who felt entitled to submit an entire civilization only in the name of its own perceived superiority. One of the most obvious remnants of this, I'm going to call it injustice, is perhaps the Santo Domingo convent complex, built directly onto what once was the Incan Temple of the Sun. Definitely a place I urge you to visit and spend some time in when you are in Cusco. Now, from Cusco we took the train to Aguas Calientes, which is the little village where you can take the bus or, like in our case, hike up to Macchu Picchu itself. The train to Aguas Calientes was an experience in itself. While Macchu Picchu is a mere 46 miles or 75 kilometers away from Cusco, the train ride there takes about 4.5 to 5 hours. I know, it's long. If you ride the Peru Rail Vista Dome train, however, you will be able to enjoy a fantastic view of the Peruvian countryside and jungle all the way there. Now let's briefly talk about the hike up to Macchu Picchu. It's a steep hike with lots of high steps to climb up, and it takes about 1.5 hours to get all the way up to the citadel entrance. Bear in mind that as soon as the sun rises, the temperature will go up fast, and you will probably start feeling hot and sweaty. I'm saying this because when we set off first thing in the morning, we had way too many layers on, and of course those became extra weight for us to carry during the hike. Let's not forget you are basically in the jungle right now. So all you need really is one long sleeve t-shirt and long trousers, and of course good hiking boots. I would recommend an earlier entry to Macchu Picchu, 9 AM absolute latest. Get there too late and the tourists to ruins ratio will not be in your favor. So when you book those tickets for entrance to the citadel, make sure you pick an earlier time. Also make sure you pack a good insect repellent with you and spray yourself with it. I must admit, we completely forgot, and when I got back from my trip, I actually had a couple of insect bites that stayed with me for about a month afterwards. I know. Regardless, seeing this amazing place is a must for any dedicated traveler. So, to summarize, our 4-day itinerary was as follows. Day 1, arrive in Cusco, spend night in hostel. Day 2, travel to Aguas Calientes by train and stay the night there. Day 3, hike up nice and early to Macchu Picchu, spend the majority of the morning and afternoon there, then come back down and take the train back to Cusco to spend the night in a hostel there again. Day 4, last few bits and bobs in Cusco and then back home. Quick fun fact about hostels and hotels in South America. We have not so far come across a single place that will have hooks in the bathroom for your towels. Not a single one. None. Forget it. Sorry guys, they just don't like them. Last but not least, if you are like me, a vegan traveler, then fear not. You will find plenty of vegan options and hell, even straight up vegan restaurants here. I will put a few personal recommendations in the description section below. Okay, this is all for today, my friends. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you found the video useful, please like it and feel free to leave a comment below. Till the next time, thank you for watching and I will see you soon.